and thank you for joining us for this episode of Talking About Rock, sponsored by School of Rock, Rochester, New York. They're taking pre-enrollment now at 585-400-7625. This past weekend, I was out at the new Rock and Roll Heaven Club in West Seneca, New York on Friday for the second night of their grand opening. Dave Buffamani did a great job with his new venue, and his continuous support of live music and bands in Buffalo over the years has been outstanding. Buffalo Music Hall of Famer vocalist Jim Crean and his band Hair Nation rocked the crowd with special guest appearances by another Buffalo Music Hall of Fame member, Bobby LaBelle, joining them on stage. We look forward to his reunion show with his band Red at the stage in Western New York on February 4th. Also on Saturday, we had a double shot tribute show I attended at Bunsey's in Webster, New York, with Western New York Kiss tribute band Kiss This and Western New York Rush tribute band Analog Kids. Performing a great show. Great to see everyone there from the Rochester area at the event. Shout outs to Curie from Talus, An Appetite for Voltage, Tommy Brunette from Iron Smoke Distillery, our friends Don and Scott at the Rochester Rock Brigade, and everyone else who came out to see and support live music. And of course, Dave Bunce of Bunties for continuing to bring great entertainment and local bands to his club. All right. One of the biggest questions on everyone's mind lately in rock and roll is AC/DC going to put on a new album, or are they going to tour? Well, today we bring you the first female tribute band, AC/DC, from LA. These award-winning musicians have gained not only local, but national notoriety. Formed in 2000, they distinguished themselves as a premier tribute to the Aussie rockers we all know and love. Coming up next, we speak with Whole Lotta Rosies next on Talking About Rock. All right, folks, we have the ladies from Whole Lotta Rosies with us today. All right, girls, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys being here. Definitely taking the time. It's great. We wanted to try to do the live thing. It just didn't work out. Unfortunately, it had some audio technical difficulties. So everyone will get a chance to see this later on our YouTube channel. But we're so glad you guys could attend, and it's so great. So I've been going through some of your history. This band has been touring everywhere, from LA clubs to Germany, Japan, Korea, an AC/DC fan convention in Norway, guys opening gigs for Foo Fighters, Alice Cooper, Starship, MSG, and this all started in what, in 2000 that you guys started this?
Yes, 2000 was when the concept came to my mind. And 2001, April was the very first Whole Lotta Rosies show in Los Angeles.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then I think you saw Stacy. Was she performing in something else, or she sat in some gigs with you guys, and then she finally joined the band, or how did that work?
She did. I saw her years ago when I first moved to Los Angeles, and she was doing an original project called Slippery Lip, and when I saw her at a club, I was mesmerized by her. And then years later, after I started the band, I saw her again at another club singing, and I had a singer, but I was still mesmerized by her. Stacy always calls it our love story, but anyway, she filled in over the years for us from time to time, and we were always glad to have her. And then a couple of years ago, we got her as a full-time singer.
Excellent. Yeah. So Stacy, you're raised in San Fernando, and you originally had your band Slippery Lip, and then you also had another band you were doing. You're chosen for the Valley Dolls, right? You also performed with them.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a big project and everything. It was my first. I had started as a cover band in Slippery Lip, and we progressed into doing originals. And when I went back to doing the covers with Valley Dolls, it was kind of a little shocking, but it was a good time. Not as good as the time we're having.
Right. And then Trudy found you, and then you joined here.
Yeah, it's quite a love story. She's quite the temptress, this one.
Cool.
Can't say no to her for very long.
Right. And Let's go to Melanie. Melanie, you're originally a founding member of the Iron Maidens, another great all-female tribute band, and now you're in another amazing tribute band, female tribute band, Whole Lotta Rosies. That's got to be great. Tell us a little about that.
Well, I've been very privileged to play with some really great players. My friend and I put together the Iron Maidens like way back in the day. We were playing in a mixed gender band, and we had to find the right musicians and clicked together very well. And in fact, that person was playing bass in Whole Lotta Rosies. Her name is Jenny Warren. She's awesome. She was playing bass in Whole Lotta Rosies before I joined. So
Okay, so that's how you got the gig in there. All right, cool.
There's a big musical incest circle
around the LA club. I'm sure there still is. Yeah, definitely. And Sherry, you started playing originally at 17, and you were touring with another band called the Pandoras or something like that, correct?
Yeah, the Pandoras. We were we're still an internationally known band from the 80s. And I toured with them I was in the band from 87 to 90. We toured all over the country and Canada. It was pretty awesome.
Excellent. And Nancy, so how did you find this ragtag bunch here and join this crowd? How did you get in here?
Exactly how I got the memo that they were looking for a guitar player, but I did go see them at the Cat Club, which was right next door to the Whiskey A Go Go, and I was super interested. I went, auditioned, I got the gig, and I've been playing with them ever since. And I think that was in 2005 or 4.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So Trudy, what's the atmosphere like now around the clubs there? I was back in the day just when metal was starting to go away, and some of the clubs were getting ready to close down because Ari's had closed down, but of course there's always still the Whiskey and the Rainbow and the big clubs there. But the metal scene had gone down. What's the local scene kind of like there now? I know there's the tribute thing is all over the place, and I'm sure it's still there with this, but is there other stuff going on too?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's Los Angeles, so I feel like it's always the music hub, the music center, I mean, during COVID, obviously, a lot of things closed and died down, but people want their music, and whether it's a tribute band or an original band, rock, pop, whatever, people want music. It's a night out. It's a night of fun. You can go see your favorite bands, your favorite music. When we're not playing, we're out supporting other musicians, local bands as well. So the scene is picking up again. It's been, picking up over the past year and a half or so, or a couple of years. And, people are there at the shows. We're lucky to play and be at shows with a lot of people there. And there's a scene happening again. It's all sorts of music. I mean, tribute bands, there are a lot of them, but there's also a lot of original acts around too. So it's still, there is no better place than Los Angeles, for the music scene. There's just no better place.
Right, because now I've almost seen it divided when it comes to some of the other artists. A lot of folks have moved to Nashville and stuff like that, and are doing stuff out there now. But it's so great to see there's other original music starting up. And yeah, you're right. The live experience is where it's at, and that's what it's all about. And that's what people need to do go out and support these live bands. And you guys have been playing with some great players. Tell us a little bit about some of the gigs you had, like Foo Fighters, Alice Cooper.
Yes, over the span of Whole Lotta Rosies, we are very fortunate to get to play with many wonderful musicians, some extremely well known, like you just mentioned, Foo Fighters and Alice Cooper and MSG. But we get to play with really amazing, talented musicians and bands all the time. So we're very fortunate. But let's see, the Foo Fighters gig came about. They always do, or they typically would do like a local show before they would go out on a big tour.
Like kind of get ramped up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just getting ready to go. And Dave Grohl likes to do it like in his sort of area where his studio is and stuff. So he would typically play at a place called Palladino's in the Valley. And so we were playing one night at the Cat Club in Hollywood. And I think the day or two later, their manager called and asked said they wanted us to open for them at their show before they went out on tour, and were we interested? And of course we said yes. And I mean,
Right. No, I don't want to open for the Foo Fighters. No.
yeah, I mean, they couldn't have been nicer. They were
Right.
amazing, but and we've been really fortunate, and some of the names, other bands that we play with, you may not recognize, or you may, but just super fortunate and lucky to play with so many amazing and talented musicians.
Yeah, it's great to see so much of this coming back, so much live music coming back, as we're all done with the pandemic, hopefully, and then live venues are open up for live shows. And that's why I started this, just to make people realize, there's still bands out there, there's still venues that need your support. So go out and check this out. We don't have the sales like we used to have back in the day with, selling albums and CDs and things like that anymore. So it's all the live music experience is where it's at. And that's just what we have to keep realizing, as more people get in tune to that and see all this stuff happening, it's great. I was at a couple clubs this past weekend, and it was really nice. I definitely need to make my way back out to California again. I have some family in Vegas, but I'll definitely have to come out there and see you guys, definitely see what's going on,
We might be back in Vegas. We were just at the House of Blues a couple months ago there, so you never know. And we're going to be doing some East Coast dates as well, so.
Oh, I'll definitely keep an eye for that. So we're going to take a quick break here, and we're actually going to play some video from you folks doing a live performance that we had here from Garden Amp in California, performing AC/DC's Drink on Me. And we'll be right back here with Whole Lotta Rosies on Talking About.
To good times, good friends, and good rock and roll. Yeah! Cheers! Let's go! Whiskey, gin,
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock with Whole Lotta Rosies. Just checked out some excellent live footage there. That was a pretty nice crowd you guys had there at Garden Amp in
was
California. Yeah, tremendous. And Trudy, you guys got a tribute album that's going to be coming out for AC/DC that you released. Tell us some about that.
Yes, we actually signed to a record label this past year, Rock Solid Talent Entertainment, and we also signed a distribution deal with Rock Solid, AMG, and Sony. So we will be putting out some tracks. We're going to be recording this year and putting out tracks. So we're just going to start banging them out.
Excellent. We'll look forward to that. Sounds really great. Stacy, what venues are you guys got coming up that you're going to be playing at?
We are packed. Our schedule is so full. We're playing in Denver. We're going back to the Garden Amp, of course. That's one of our favorite places. It's huge. Where else, girls? We've got the Rough Rider motorcycle venue out in New Mexico. We've
Played
got
House of
Feather
Blues.
Falls. What's that, Cher?
Played House of Blues last year.
Yeah,
Feather Falls, we got Feather Falls coming up.
and Yamava Casino. Huge.
We'll be on the East Coast. Yamava Casino, like Stacy just
Yamava.
said. Yeah.
Where are you
Yeah, we
guys
got-
coming on the East Coast?
Yep. We'll have to
You-
talk to Tim, our agent, about that.
Okay,
He's
I'll
lining up
message him
stuff.
later and chat with him. All right, yeah, we'll check that
He's
out because
working
maybe
on a
I'll
whole
be
bunch of
close enough to check you guys out. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
So Nancy, I'm noticing there you look like you have your Angus Young garb on there. So are you do you keep pretty close to what Angus uses on stage and his setup and his guitar, or have you changed it up? What's your feel on that?
Well, I definitely have an SG. It's an SG that I had purchased while we were touring in South Korea. And we were in a open air market and found this great purple, well, not purple, but maroon SG. It's actually made by a company called Smash, but it's a trademark infringement, so they're not sold in the United States. But I got a great deal on it. I put an Angus pickup in it, made by Gibson, and I play through a Mesa Boogie right now. It has a direct out, so it's easier for the sound crew to mic it when it has a
Right,
direct
yeah.
out.
And I know
And
for
there's-
Angus, all the stuff I've read for Angus, he always has a couple of guitars ready because he just sweats so much that he corrodes like the pickups and the volume controls on stuff like crazy. And they just have to switch his stuff out all the time and have like an extra
Oh, yeah.
amp or two just in case in the truck for him, just on the back line, just waiting if he needs it because he's just going crazy. And hopefully we'll hear some news from them about what's going on with their camp. I know Brian Johnson's been pretty tight-lipped about anything happening in their world, but we can hope and see, and folks can check you guys out. So Melanie, tell us what setup you like to use and stuff. You have a certain setup you like to use, any effects or amp, or what's your go-to?
Well, my go-to, I have this bass that I absolutely love. It's a Spectre 5-string, and there's no reason to play a 5-string in AC/DC, but I just love this bass. It just has such a great feel on the fingers, and so it's my favorite bass, and so that's what I play. All my amps kind of got stolen, so right now I'm just playing
Oh my
with a little
gosh.
Ampeg, combo amp. But-
Oh my gosh, from one of your gigs or?
No, my storage unit over the pandemic, somebody broke in and took
Oh my
everything.
gosh,
So
oh, that's
I have
terrible.
not had a chance to rebuild my rig. So, but you
Well,
know, a
maybe
lot
you
of the
can
places
check
that we're
out new and
playing-
different stuff, and maybe you'll find some other stuff you like even better, hopefully, or maybe you'll recover that. I hope you do.
Can we share a
Well,
story
a lot-
about changing guitars? Like you said, that he has to have extra guitars. So we were playing this huge show at the Canyon, and can I tell, Trudy?
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
In Canyon Country, we're about to go on. We sound checked and everything, and we're just about to go on, and all of a sudden Trudy goes, "Oh my God!" And the head of her guitar separated from the rest of her guitar, literally broke
What?
within seconds of us going on.
What was going on with that? Holy
So
crap.
this is a white ESP that I had been given I was endorsed a long time ago, and it had traveled with me all over the place, and it had originally broken on a gig of coming back from Montana. I think the gig where we opened for Alice Cooper, but anyways, and so we got it fixed, and but it broke again, and it literally collapsed, and so I ended up playing an Eddie Van Halen. What was it, Nancy? What kind of? It was an
Kramer guitar.
It was the Eddie Van Halen signature guitar.
Yes, and so that's what I
Looks
ended
like
up
it's
playing
red
AC/DC
painted.
with.
Yeah,
But now I have,
probably one of the
um,
Kramer ones. Yeah.
Yeah, now I have a Malcolm Gretsch, so.
Yeah, she scored on that one though. It turned out to be a good thing.
Really did.
Nice. You got rid of that other one, not dealing with it anymore at all, right? I don't blame you. That's crazy. That's
That's the
crazy.
kind of stuff that happens, right? When everything's perfect, all of a sudden it's like, and
You got to be prepared to, right?
Gotta-
Something can happen. You got to have a backup for sure. Definitely.
roll with it. Just roll
Definitely,
with it.
definitely. So Sherry, if folks want to check you guys out on social media or check your dates, where should they go to learn more about Whole Lotta Rosies?
So on Instagram, we're at Whole Lotta Rosies, and spelled WHOLELOTTAROSIES. And same thing for Facebook. We're Whole Lotta Rosies. If you just put it in there, and that's the best way to find us. We have quite an active Facebook page, which we love.
Excellent,
Instagram.
excellent. Well, I really look forward to the tribute album you guys got coming out. I look forward to listening to those tracks, maybe giving me a taste maybe before. That would be great to see that. And hopefully I can catch you somewhere on the East Coast, or we'll have to jet out to the West Coast and do that. But definitely live performances look amazing. You know, it sounds great. I really love it. I know folks are gonna dig it. So that's super cool. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's been great.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you
And
so much for
also,
having us.
Yep,
if
yep.
you
And
guys like our logo, we're selling t-shirts with our new logo on it. This is the new and modern Rosie.
That's the new one. Yeah, I had some trouble finding your logo a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, the new one. I like the new modern one. That's excellent. Very,
She's
very
hot,
cool.
huh? Isn't she cute?
Yep. So you can check out their merch on their site. And if you folks have comments or questions, feel free to email us at talkingaboutrock@gmail.com. You can like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And for this interview, you can check the video on YouTube. It'll be on all the streaming services very soon as well.
Thanks
Ladies,
for having
thank you
us.
so much.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, have a good night. Thank you.